In the late 19th century, the quiet whispers of change swept through the plains and mills of Salisbury, Massachusetts. The town, which had been a worldwide leader in industry, was on the verge of undergoing a monumental shift. In 1864 and again in 1870, the Massachusetts legislature made decisive votes. A significant portion of Salisbury was poised to be annexed by Amesbury, its neighboring town to the west. The areas up for annexation weren't just any territories. They included the lush Salisbury Plains, characterized by expansive farmlands where residents felt more distant from the heart of the town but had the convenience of proximity to the post office. The coveted Salisbury Point was another crucial area. It was the juncture where the Powwow and Merrimack rivers met, stretching up to the iconic Chain Bridge. This point was particularly valuable, not only geographically but economically, as it hosted the port vital for trade and transportation. But perhaps the most populated area up for debate was Salisbury Mills. Thanks to the bustling mills in Market Square, this district had grown populous. The mills attracted a significant workforce, and this part of town buzzed with activity. The Rocky Hill Meeting House marked where these three territories converged, making it a significant landmark for the West Parish of Salisbury. The proposal of annexation found its most significant supporters among the residents of Salisbury Mills. For many, the idea was convenient. The mills were thriving, and the proximity to Amesbury's post office made day-to-day chores smoother. Many had moved to this sector because of jobs at Salisbury Mills and the carriage mills. Nearby, the Merrimack Hat Company in Amesbury also employed a significant number of Salisbury's population. This burgeoning industry center had the mill owners and Market and Elm Street businesses proprietors clamoring for annexation. Yet, while some looked at the annexation with hope, others viewed it with trepidation. The old towners of Salisbury, mainly residents in East Salisbury, felt an impending loss. Their history and identity were intertwined with places like Lowell's Boat Shop, the Rocky Hill Meeting House, the Union Congregational Church, and the booming industry at Salisbury Mills. And after years of tight votes and heated debates, in 1886, a part of Salisbury's legacy was annexed to Amesbury. The aftermath was profound. Salisbury transitioned from its industrial powerhouse status to become a quaint seaside resort town, although it maintained a significant agricultural presence. Meanwhile, Amesbury continued to surge forward in the Industrial Revolution, becoming synonymous with hats, furniture, and carriages. The introduction of the Eastern Railroad, particularly Salisbury's branch, meant that mill workers could now easily travel to the beach via boat, train, or the newly introduced automobile. But what remains strikingly poignant is the seldom told narrative of when a major part of Amesbury was Salisbury. The annexation felt like a divorce for the East Salisbury residents. Their pride, their heritage, and their identity, wrapped up in landmarks like the West Parish and the mouth of the Pow Wow, were now part of Amesbury. The 1886 vote wasn't merely about territorial lines. It was about memories, legacies, and a shared history that was now divided. Today, as we walk through Amesbury, amidst its rich tapestry of history, it's essential to remember the narratives of Salisbury's old towners. Their legacy is etched into every corner, reminding us of a time when towns were more than just lands and buildings. They were homes, they were histories, and most importantly, they were the collective heartbeat of their residents.
In the heart of Monroe Street, where the Amesbury Country Club's fairways unfurl, lies a tale captured in poetic verses by John Greenleaf Whittier. Established in 1922, the club, originally named after the historic Powder House from the War of 1812, seamlessly melds history with the natural beauty of its landscape. Whittier's The Fountain encapsulates the essence of this hallowed ground. Traveler, on thy journey toiling by the swift powwow, with the summer sunshine falling by thy heated brow, listen while all else is still to the brooklet from the hill. Every swing, every putt, every step taken on the sixth hole resonates with the echoes of Whittier's muse. The view, a magnificent tableau of nature's bounty, inspired lines that tell the timeless beauty and enduring legacies. Under the stewardship of the Mellon family since 1960, the club, once exclusive to members, now invites all to tread its poetic greens. As players journey from the sixth, they're beckoned to pause at the seventh tee, a moment to sip from the storied spring, the very essence that remains unchanged in Whittier's tale of transformation. In the verdant stretches of Amesbury Country Club, every golfer doesn't just play. They become part of Whittier's lyrical narrative, immersed in the enduring magic of the fountain and the land's rich tapestry.
Starting at the New Hampshire line near the old Seabrook Fire Station and adjacent to the water tower, you stand at the onset of the Salisbury branch of the East Coast Greenway and also the beginning of the Salisbury Rail Trail. The East Coast Greenway is an ambitious project often referred to as the Urban Appalachian Trail. It seeks to connect cities and towns from Maine to Florida through a 3,000-mile protected walking and biking route. The Greenway is more than a trail. It's a living thread of communities, parks, and landscapes that reflect America's shared history and culture. As you navigate the rail trail, you soon encounter the Old Marsh Trail, marking the location of the old Eastern Salisbury Railroad Station. The old Eastern Marsh Trail was once an active railroad. This trail is now a serene 3.5-mile pathway. It unfolds the story of Salisbury's rich railroad industry with remnants of yesteryears scattered throughout the woods, reminding visitors of a time when locomotives chugged along, carrying both dreams and cargo. Branching off in the heart of Salisbury is a pathway that beckons you towards Amesbury. The Salisbury Point Ghost Trail is an intriguing named trail that holds tales of trains draped in a ghostly white muslin shrouds, serving as a silent testament to the region's transportation history. The trail is a reminder of the town's rich railroad legacy. As you journey further into Amesbury, you encounter two of the three original train stations of the Salisbury branch, the Salisbury Point train depot and the repurposed Salisbury Mills train station, which now welcomes guests as a restaurant. Amesbury Riverwalk is a pathway that celebrates Amesbury's vibrant past from its bustling industrial era to its transformation into a modern town. This 1.3-mile trail not only offers scenic beauty, but also stands as a homage to the region's transportation heritage. Together, these trails and pathways paint a vivid picture of Salisbury's and Amesbury's intertwined history with the Eastern Railroad, all while being part of the grand vision of the East Coast Greenway.
In the heart of the lower Merrimack Valley, Lowell's Boat Shop stands as a beacon of maritime history and tradition. Established by Simon Lowell in the late 18th century, this iconic institution is deeply interwoven into the fabric of the valley, representing an era where shipbuilding was the region's lifeblood. The bountiful forest provided ample timber, making the area, especially the region east of the Powwow River, a hub for shipbuilding. This part of the land, which was once entirely Salisbury's territory, hints at past boundaries and changes, highlighted by landmarks like the Salisbury Plains Burying Ground. Indeed, the Powwow River once separated Salisbury and Amesbury, making a clear divide. During the first Industrial Revolution, the most western part of Salisbury was adorned with mills lining the eastern banks of the Powwow. This industrious landscape would undergo a transformation with the annexation of the western part of Salisbury to Amesbury in 1886. Lowell's Boat Shop wasn't just a business establishment, but became the birthplace of the American dory. Under Hiram Lowell's stewardship in the 19th century, this design revolutionized the fishing industry. The shop's enduring legacy stands as America's oldest operating boat shop, a testament to the Lowell family's unwavering dedication. Adding another layer to this rich tapestry, the Union Congregational Church in the Salisbury Point section of Amesbury stands as an architectural testament. Constructed in 1836, this Greek Revival jewel, believed to be crafted by local shipwrights, ties back to the maritime culture of the area. Its listing on the National Register of Historic Places in 2014 affirmed its historical importance. The Powwow River, once a defining boundary between Salisbury and Amesbury, flows into the Merrimack, carrying with it tales of shipyards, historical divides, and a boat shop that stands as a centennial of history and craftsmanship.
In that evening, you were sitting in your chair, felt the breeze of cold air next to a life left in despair. Well, we talk until the clock strikes 2, then go on home to the bed sheets of blue, just to have a nightmare of losing you. Well, I couldn't fall asleep until my parents tucked me in, said goodnight and sweet dreamed it would turn a frown into a grin. Well, I still hear them walking on the floorboards that creak, and then the living room light left on lights up my rosy cheeks. Well, Mom, the ghost in the window is talking again, telling me stories from way back when about him and my dad still kicking. Well, Mom, the ghost in the window is talking again, telling me stories from way back when about a life worth living. But now he's just blowing in the wind. So damn hot, we go down to the pool and swim until that sun dropped. We played catch in the rain, jumping puddles till they drained. And the best part about life, we wouldn't know our left from pain. And well, Mom, the ghost in the window's talking again, telling me stories from way back when about him and my dad still kicking. Well, Mom, the ghost in the window's talking again, telling me stories from way back when about a life worth living. But now he's just blowing in the wind. Well, Mom, the ghost in the window's talking again, telling me stories from way back when about a life worth living.